Maryam Keshavarz. The film is Circumstance, playing an American dramatic competition. Besides being a dictator, I am also the writer, director, and co-producer of Circumstance. So the film went through many reincarnations, but the very first place that it was developed at was Film Independence Producers Lab. And 40 drafts later, the film is on the big screen, and it's premiering in 1 hour. So we're really excited. It was in 2006 that I was in the lab. It was the very first draft of Circumstance. I was just finishing film school. Who are my mentors? The lab was run by Gina Kwan, who works in Miranda July and did the Motel. She was amazing. And then they brought all different people in to speak, like Effie Brown. I loved Ram Bergman. I stayed in touch with him over the years, and even Gina. And it was just a great environment. I'm still in touch with the people I went to the lab with. They're close friends, we're support to each other, and a bunch of us have made our films in the last year or two. So it's been really exciting, you know, and it was just a great place to start because it was a safe space to talk about both the production side of how we would approach it and also the creative side. So it's a great like mix, sort of, and very, of course, informal, and lots of eating. But I actually had a professor at NYU who said, you know, I was writing, it was a script, feature writing class, and he knew a lot about me personally. And I had written a draft of this script that took place in New Orleans or something bizarre. And he said, Maryam, why don't you ever access your own experience when you write? I said, that's really interesting. And so, not that this is autobiographical, but the very first character of Atife was sort of based on my exploration of like Iran's underground movement and underground parties. And then I started like drawing on people I knew in my family primarily, and putting them in different situations, the people I knew, how did they react in this situation or that situation. And then it started from there. But Atife, the main character, was always the first, it was always character driven, so it was always starting with the first character who was a lead, and then building her family, and out. And most of my writing process was actually stripping away my layers of censorship. Because I knew what I wanted to say, but I was afraid. So going through Fine and then later through the Sundance labs, it was all about stripping away the censorship and really getting to the heart of the story, even if the material was scary. So my mom is like my #1 female role model, and she always taught me never accept no. And that's what filmmaking is all about. Everyone will always tell you no. Well, you have to just find another way. And if you're passionate about something, you'll do it.